Good weekend, everyone. I hope you're all doing incredibly awesome this weekend so far. There have been some pretty big updates going on in the Upland's top-end capabilities, with lifting the USD floor to 100,000, the release of 27,000 properties in Chicago. I mean, there's just a few things going on here, so there's a little bit to cover. Hey there, John Henry here, SSFTG. Welcome to the video. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome, my friend. I hope to earn your like and subscription today. Welcome to the Weekend Report, where we take a little bit more time to go through what's going on in the Upland Metaverse on more of an analytical perspective side of things. How is the UpX economy doing? How is each market sector doing? Spark values and structures. How are those doing? What's the best deal and what's the worst? And all of the important information that a lot of people miss that can be the difference between success and failure. If you want to join me and all of us in the Upland Metaverse, head over to discover.upland.me/SSFTG or click the promo link in the description, which gets you started into the Upland Metaverse with 6,000 starting UpX to kickstart your adventures in the Metaverse. Plus, if you decide to invest some cash into the game, since you use the promo link in the first place, you get a monster 50% bonus to your first UpX purchase with a cap of 50,000 UpX. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. Of course, I can't start things off without promoting the Woodhood merch store. 50% of all profit goes towards our chosen autism charity of the month, with May focusing on Autism Speaks. So, swing over to the merch store, check out what we have available, cop some awesome merch, look amazing, and help an incredible cause while you're at it. Now let's take a look at what's going on in the Upland Metaverse, shall we? First, on the news calendar, we've got MetaVenture sub-merchants, and I did go into this a little bit in a video over this past week. I'll try to link that in the corner for you. But this goes over the ability to be a sub-merchant, and sub-merchanting is a really, really cool concept that I think everybody needs to at least consider. Now, if you missed the video that goes over it where I kind of covered the sub-merchanting side of things, basically it's the ability to go onto somebody else's MetaVenture shop and post your NFLPA legits, or later on block explorers or anything else on their store, so you don't have to worry about owning your own MetaVenture shop and paying the dues and doing all of that stuff. Think of like eBay or Amazon. You can register to be a seller through them, but it's not actually your store. You just have a storefront, so to speak. This is the exact same thing, and it's an incredible opportunity for collectors and non-collectors. If you've been looking to get into the scene of NFLPA legits and legits in general, or block explorers and flipping those and buying and selling them, this is a way into it. This creates an entire new market, something that we definitely have to pay attention to. On May 16th, along with the MetaVenture sub-merchants, we also had the announcement of the NFT to USD cap raise, which I did a full video on. I'll link that in the corner for you as well. Make sure to swing over and watch that if you need more info. And of course, another one on the 16th, all kinds of news going on here. We had the Hidden Gems of Chicago, 27,000 new properties getting dropped in Chicago. Really, really cool update. And the ability to go in and even get some limited collections, some exclusive, you could go in and mint collections in Chicago a year later. Incredible opportunity for people to come in and be able to get into this, with 27,000 properties being available. The majority of the really, really good ones are obviously gone, but there's still some properties floating around in Chicago to mint, and definitely something to take a look at. And then on over into the Upland market analytics over the last 30 days, or in this case, the last 2 weeks. Technically, we missed last week, so we've got a little bit of extra time in between these last two. But last week, or 2 weeks ago, it was at 2.877 billion. This week, it's at 2.307 billion, which is a relatively large change. But if we factor in that it's a 2-week change, we can divide that in half and just say about 10%. It's still a steady decline, right? We're still seeing a relatively decent decrease in the overall transactional volume. That said, if we look at the grander scope of things on the crypto market as a whole, it's not like Bitcoin is doing great right now. It's not like the crypto market as a whole is doing great right now. So I guess the beauty of this is that, sure, we've got less transactional volume, but it hasn't lost value, which is always a really nice thing to say. We've had a little bit less transactions, sure, because people are worried about their other investments hemorrhaging money, like Luna going to basically nothing. These are the things that people are more worried about right now rather than their NFT properties. They know their NFT properties, they're safe. They're earning their APY. They're not going anywhere. Talk about a shelter market. What I find interesting in driving the strength up is the next stat, which is the unminted properties within Upland, because remember, they just added 27,000 new properties in Chicago. So 2 weeks ago, we had 566,185. This week, we have 551,000, which is a decrease still of 2.56%. They added 27,000 more properties, and we still have a decrease. That should tell you the amount of strength that's coming into the underlying market within Upland. First up on the zone by zone, and one thing that I want to preface all of these zone by zones by is that we just had a couple things to consider when we're looking at more specifically the USD floor, but the floor pricing in general. Again, we're spanning 2 weeks of time here, and along with that, we are going into Spark Week where people are going to be dumping USD to buy Spark. Keep those in mind when we're looking at these prices across the board. So, with that out of the way, taking a look at Bakersfield first. Bakersfield has the previous UPX floor at $8,998. This week, $8,699, going up, down 3.32%. We also have the USD floor, $5.40 to $5.70, going up 5.56%, with the lowest markup between them at 100% flat, basically at mint. The UPX to USD arbitrage, $2,849. On the collection side of things, and this is why I wanted to preface this, because the USD side of things, holy smokes, we have Buck Owens Boulevard on the collection side down 79.2%. That's going from $1,900 to $395. Man alive, you want to talk about getting hungry for Spark. That's a pretty extreme example of it. Jeez, oh Pete's. Then we go into the historic Bakersfield side of things, the ultra rare collection up 41.69%. We can see that it's more likely just people trying to get some USD for Spark. There are some pretty big drops across all of these with some heavy discounts when considering the USD versus the UPX side. Yeah, there are some 20% droppers, but nowhere near as consistent as we're seeing on the USD floor. If you're looking for deals, this is the week to look for them. Then over into Bronx, we have last week coming in at $12,988, this week at $12,400. That's a decrease of 4.53%. The $9 to $9 floor is unchanged, with the lowest markup at 88%. Arbitrage between them, $3,230. Definitely not bad. The collection end of thing, thankfully, in Bronx hasn't been rocked as hard, but if you're looking for a discount, that is kind of a bummer, I guess. Sort of looks on, depending on where you're looking at it. The largest loser, 23% down over in Riverdale. The largest gainer on the USD side, up 16% in Belmont. On the UPX side of things, the largest gainer, 20% up in Mott Haven, and the largest loss, only 9% over in Fordham Road. Not too bad, considering the largest loss is only 9% over here. I just realized I recorded the Bronx one in the wrong place, but with how many times I had to re-record that one, it's just going to stay. So we'll just go with it and go on over into Brooklyn. Over into Brooklyn, last time around was $8,430. This time around $7,800. That's a decrease of 7.47%. However, the USD side of things going from $5 to $5.99, while everything else is getting slapped, we've got Brooklyn bringing up the slack here, up 19.8% on the USD floor. 144% is the lowest markup with the arbitration between them. Best one, at least, or lowest one at 1,720. Over in the collections, we've definitely got some movers here. Starting off on the USD side, the largest loser down 20.33% in Crown Heights, and the largest winner up 51.6% in Police Stations. Police Stations certainly didn't get left behind. Holy cow, look at the UPX side. That's up 469%, going from 3.5 million to 20.3 million on the Police Station side of things. The largest loser down 51% over in Dumbo, going from 1.3 million to 635,000. And of course, we can't forget about our favorite Chicago. We're back again, and we've got 27,000 extra properties. Well, we did, but pretty much all of those are gone by now. The overall UPX floor going from 7,900 to 6,066. That's not a big surprise at all. An UPX drop of 23.22%. We actually saw that as low as in the 5,000s, dipping into the 4,000s. But that's because people were minting properties for 2,000. I think I saw one of the mints were like 100 UPX or something crazy. Insanely low mints. This floor will likely catch up very quickly. For now, though, it's down 23.22%. The USD floor going from $5 to $4.20, down 16% on that side of things. In the collection spectrum on the USD side, we have a 94.44% increase on the Gold Coast side of things. What a ripper on that end. And we have some losers, down 47.3% in the right buildings, going from $39.95 to $21.05. Pretty big decrease there. On the UPIC side of things, kind of a disappointment when the largest gainer is only 11%. That's in Chinatown. The largest loser, 57.96 over in Greektown. That said, there were some properties, again, in a lot of these collections that were able to be minted over this drop, so it kind of makes sense. Cleveland next up on the list. Last week, 8,430 to 84.99, increasing 0.82%. Hey, an increase is a lot better than some of these other ones. On the USD side, $5.98 down to $5. That's a decrease of 16.39%, with the lowest markup being 89%. And arbitration, pretty solid there as well, 3,324. And that's one commonality that we're going to see as well whenever we've got a big Spark Week or USD sale of any kind. Arbitration usually gets pretty good. On the collection side of things here for Cleveland, we have another 90% ripper here in Euclid Ave, 90.91% up, going from 110 to 210. On the Mayfield Road, though, down 33.44%. Can't get away from the losses, they're going to be there. 43.55%, speaking of which, down in Professor Ave on the UPIC side of things, but 43.48% up in East 4th Street. Next up, over in the Detroit area, the previous UPIC's floor, $3,975, this time around $3,990, with a relatively small increase, but an increase nonetheless, 0.38%. USD floor, $3 to $3, still unchanged there, with the lowest markup hovering in the 70% area. Arbitrage, still very small, only at 941, one of the lowest ones that we've seen in a while. On the collection side of things for Detroit, we've got the largest gainer up 27.27% in Corktown, and the largest loser down 46% in downtown on the USD side. For UPICs, up 15.95% in Gratiot Ave, and down 20.57% in Harbor Island Street. Rather, I always get that one messed up. In Fresno, we've got last time around at 8,400, this time 87.94, increasing 4.69%, with the USD floor going from $6 to $6.49, up 8.17%. Lowest markups in the 165% area, and the arbitrage back to a little bit more normal, 2,189. We've got another big mover on the collection side of things, up 117% in Blackstone Ave, going from 69 to 150 on the USD floor. Now, the USD side on Woodward Park, though, that one's taking a bit of a ding, going from $12.99 to $7.50, down 42.26%. We do also have 50% increasing in Blackstone Ave on the UPIC's floor, so it followed right along with it. And down 100% over here, Firefighter. The only reason that's on the list at negative 100 is because it's basically off sale. It's been on sale, off sale, back and forth. We'll see if it pops back up. Outside of that, the next one is going to be 33% down in Fulton Street in the Rare Collection. In the Kansas City end, $8,699 down to $8,000. That's a decrease of 8.04%. But the USD side going $588 to $598, increasing 1.75%. Lowest markup still hovering in the 75% area, with arbitrage at $1,919. In the collection spectrum, the largest gainer on the USD floor, up 21.05% in Blue Hills, and down 18.33% in Plaza Westport. And, interestingly enough, the largest gainer on the UPIC side is Plaza Westport, up 23.08%. It's kind of funky. And down 22% in Grand Boulevard. I don't know the last time I've ever seen a flip-flop like that one. On the Los Angeles side of things, 7,611 up to 7,890, increasing 3.67% there. USD floor slipping a little bit, 596 to 560, down 6.04%, with the lowest markup at 65% between them all. 2,176 is the arbitration. On the collection side of things, we have some decent movers here as well, especially on the UPIC side. Holy moly. Up 55.56% on the East Hollywood side of things, going from $22.50 to $35. Very nice move there. Down 45% in Scenes of LA on the Ultra Rare Collection side of things. And also in the Ultra Rare Collection side of things, the Gregorius Angelino going from 1.7 million to 9.9, up 459%. Wow. We also have Carroll Ave down 20% over there, but I mean, geez, oh Pete, that's a big old move up. In Manhattan, we went from $132,999 to $127,777, down 3.93%. On the USD side of things, $79 to $84.90, up 7.47%. Lowest markup in Manhattan, 215%, with the arbitration value, once again, Manhattan's always on the top, 40,733 on the arbitration side. On the collection side of things, we've got some pretty strong moves here. Largest loss down 32% in the exclusive Park Ave collection, but 142% up in 57th Street. Very, very nice movement there. Along with that, another flippy floppy going on here. On the Upix side, down 59.5% in 57th Street. Kind of interesting. And then on the other side of things, 258.5% up in Times Square for a really, really big mover on both the Upix and USD floors. Nashville last time around was at 9,200, this time around 8,599, dropping 6.53%, but the USD floor staying stable at $5, unchanged 0%. Lowest markup, 61% between them all, giving us a nice arbitration value of 3,419. On the collection spectrum, we've got some decent movers here, 49% up in Woodmont Boulevard and 67% down in 12th Ave South. On the Upix side of things, down 33% in downtown and up 87.5% in Gallatin Ave or Gallatin Ave. I know somebody corrected me and I've already forgot. Actually, I'm almost positive it's Gallatin. So we'll go with that. Gallatin Ave up 87.5%. New Orleans next up, going from 9,499 to 9,179. That's decreasing 3.37%. USD floor going up, though, from $6 to $6.99, up 16.5%. Very nice. Lowest markup value, 60%. Just off the screen, I couldn't see it there. And the arbitration value between the two, 2,080. Between all of them, kind of on the lower side of things. On the collection side of things, we've got a big old pullback here. Obviously, the base collection in and of itself in New Orleans is up 16.5%. Largest loser, though, down 75%, going from $8,000 to basically $2,000 in Audubon Place. On the Upix floor, up 37.97% in French Quarter and down 14.88% in St. Charles Ave. And you know, it's doing pretty good when the largest loser's only 14%. Not too bad. On the Oakland side of things, we've got the previous floor at 9,998 to 9,650. That one is a decrease of 3.48%. On the USD side of things, 650 going to 750. Nice little increase of 15.38% there. Lowest markup, 76% with the arbitration value just over 2,000 at 2,043. On the collection side, we have a matched loser on the bottom side of things. That's kind of a bummer, I guess. But on the gaining side, 23.08% in South Berkeley. And on the losing side, we're matched with International Boulevard and Broadway, both down 33.33%. On the Upix side of things, down 50% in Oakland Libraries, dropping from $5 million to $2.5. And we have Jack London Murals up 566% with the, geez, oh Pete's going from $15 million to $100 million, basically on sale to off sale. Over in Queens, the previous Upix floor, 5,130 to 5,399, increasing 5.24%, and the USD floor going from $3.97 to $4, a couple cents there, increasing 0.76. Lowest markup being 68%, and the arbitration value a little bit closer on par with Detroit there, 1,329. On the collection side of things, we've got the largest loser on the USD side, down 24.98% in Rego Park, and the largest gainer, only 9.26% in Beach Channel Drive. It's always kind of a bummer when the largest gainer is in the single digits. And speaking of which, on the Upix side, the largest gainer is the base collection of Queens, and it's only 5.24%. The largest loser, though, is 82% down in Queens Curator, going from $15 million to $2.6 million. Basically, a huge fire sale. On the Rutherford side of things, last week's floor, $57,000 to this week, $52,888. Last week on the USD side, $46.99. This week, $37. Big drop on the USD floor, 21.26% down there. On the Upix floor, it's only down 7.21%. Lowest markup, $437. And then, of course, Rutherford is always up there on the arbitration list at $15,000, still holding strong above. Collections in Rutherford are a little bit of a different story, though. We've got the largest gainer is down. The largest gainer is down 17.63%. The largest loser is also down 55% on the USD side of things. That's really sad to see. But again, we know why that's happening. Rutherford is one of those, similar to Manhattan, where people offload going into Spark Weeks and things where they need USD liquidity. On the Upix side of things, the largest gainer is actually positive, which is nice, 11.11% there in Park Ave, and the largest loser, 7.92% in Feronia Way, which really does kind of demonstrate that they're not moving a whole lot on the Upix side of things. It's all for USD. On the San Francisco end of things, 33,900 last time around to 31,890, a little bit of a decrease of 5.93%. And once again, just like all the other USD hungry places, San Francisco is definitely one of them. 2570 going down to 23, 10.51% is the drop there. 8,446 is the arbitration underneath the 10,000 mark, with the lowest markup being 177%. For the collections perspective, we've got the largest gainer on USD, 17.78% in Mission District, and down 20% over in iconic San Francisco. On the UPX floor, down 20.89% in Nob Hill, and up 10.71% in Established in 2019. Pretty decent moves overall, but here again, we can see the same thing. A lot of folks are looking for that USD. Santa Clara moving over just a little bit east here, 34,250 to 30,000, dropping 12.41%. The USD floor 27 to 25, decreasing 7.41%, and the lowest markup being 62%. USD to UPX arbitration 4,750. We actually have this now under 5,000. We're seeing it come closer and closer together here in Santa Clara. For collections, the largest gainer is 0%, which again is always kind of a bummer. That's in El Camino. The largest loser down 26.94% in Homestead Road. On the UPX side of things, down 20.84% in West Central, and Southwest up 21.43%. And then finally on the Staten Island side of things, and you'll notice there is that property up there. If you missed the video going on Friday, yesterday's video, we had the video on Metopia's giveaway that Lackey is doing, and that's the property. Make sure that you do not miss that. I'll link the video in the corner for you. It's going on until the 27th, so make sure to get your comments on that video so you can get registered. On the floor side of things, though, 8,430 to 89.98, increasing 6.74%. The USD floor going from 695 to 7, increasing there as well, 0.72, with the lowest markup at 169%. Arbitration between them all, 1898, underneath that 2,000 mark. On the collection side of things, we have a straight 100% gainer over here, going from 20 to 40 bucks in Todd Hill, and then a 33% dropper in Great Kills. Can't win them all, right? Largest loser, and this is really nice to see, largest loser in the single digits in Stapleton, down only 7.82%, while the largest gainer up 36.25% in Tompkinsville. Very, very nice rotations. And then moving on over into the spark and structure value side of things, the lowest markup hovering at the 82% mark. We can still see that, right? My head's not in the way. Hang on, let me move this over just a touch. Right about there. Okay, there we go. The lowest markup on all of them with the structure on at 82%, so they're actually under mint with properties on them, or with structures on them, rather. With collections compared to last week, with the collection, the dollar side of things is up 26.49%, going from $16.99 to $21.49. The UPX side of things going from $23,599 to $24,500, rather, up 3.82%. As far as structure valuation is concerned, on the UPX side of things, first, the largest loser, down 29.49% in the large luxury ranch houses, but large luxury modern houses up 20.13%. Nice little move there. On the largest, or at least the most profitable to build for builders, that is going to be the small townhouse flat roof at 26.31 UPX per hour. The worst, on average, is the medium townhouse per valuation at 19.23. For the USD end of things, we've got a pretty heavy move down and 25% decrease in large luxury ranch houses, but a 4.22% increase in the small ranch houses. The most profitable to produce is the large luxury ranch house at 0.02 cents flat. The large luxury modern house is the worst to produce at 0.0133. Don't get those two confused. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week in review on the Upland Metaverse. I hope you and yours are doing incredible so far this weekend and your stacks are as thick as ever. I am going to be going on a small family vacation this weekend, so if it takes me a little bit of time to get videos loaded up, or if it takes me some time to respond to questions, you know why. It's because I'm not home. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. I hope you have a fantastic time in the Metaverse, and until the next one, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all then. Bye.